right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Playland Ice Casino here in Rye, New York for tonight's presentation of Manhattanville men's hockey here on GoValiants.com. It's a chilly Friday evening here in Rye, but a perfect night for some United Collegiate Hockey Conference action as Manhattanville takes on Neumann University in a key early season UCHC matchup. Steve Sheridan with you here live inside the Ice Casino as Manhattanville looks to stay unbeaten on the season. The Valiants are 1-0-1 so far on the young 2017-18 season. Neumann, meanwhile, is 1-2-1 overall on the year. Take a look at our UCHC standings. Very early on, of course, Manhattanville has played just one conference game, and they did win that one. It was a 5-3 win over Elmira in the team's last contest. Neumann, meanwhile, has lost their first two games this season and have won a win and a tie in their last two, both of those in UCHC play as they currently sit in second place behind Stevenson, as we said, very early on in the UCHC season here tonight. And as we said, Manhattanville in their last game, a 5-3 win over the Soaring Eagles of Elmira. Look at our leaders for Manhattanville. Ryan Jackson had 2 goals of those 5 goals for Manhattanville on the evening, and as a result, he was named the D3 Hockey Team of the Week this past week, as Jackson leads the team with 2 goals on the season and 2 points, is tied for second on the squad. Matt Lippa had all 3 of his points against the Soaring Eagles as well, scoring once and adding a pair of assists. He leads the team on the season with 3 points overall, and freshman Taylor Bomarito is the only Valiant to have a point in both games so far this season. He's had 1 assist in each of his first 2 collegiate games, as he's tied for the team lead with 2 helpers on the season. Looking at the leaders for Neumann, as their leading scorer is Liam Board. He has 3 goals as well as 3 assists for 6 total points on the year. That's the most among any of the Knights players. Second on the team in points is Joe Mitchell. He has 1 goal and a team best 4 assists on the season. And Ryan Swain also has 3 goals as he has tied Liam Board for the team lead in goals on the season with 3. As those are some of the players we need to look for here in tonight's contest. As we look at our line charts for this evening, first for Manhattanville, it's the 3rd straight game, the 3rd straight exact same lineup, at least in terms of the 18 skaters for head coach Arlen Marshall, as the first line has Stephen Gall, Corey Anderson, and Jared Martin. Second line has Kenny McLean centering Eric Berglund and Matt Lippa. Third line, Kevin Lopato in the middle, Taylor Bomarito on the left, Brian Platt on the right. And the fourth line from left to right, Jeff Beck, Keegan Davis, and Casper Dierson. The D pairings for Manhattanville, Timmy Garbenius and Oscar Arfelt, Axel Waltott and Ryan Jackson, as well as Marco Ferrero and Joel Knight. Looking at the line chart for the Knights here this evening, the aforementioned Liam Board, as well as Corey Kennedy and Ryan Swain on the top line, Barry Needler, Joe Mitchell, and Drew Bobinski on the second line, Eric Madison, Thomas Mansbridge, and Chris Urdabadi on the third line, and the fourth line has Cullen Chin, Glenn Florzek, and Clayton Boyd. The D pairings for the Knights, Jake Davidson and Paul Butler, Connor Annette and Grant Universal, as well as J.C. Moritz and Richie Brusco. Looking at our goalie matchup here tonight for Manhattanville, it's the senior Kyle Redmond making his first start and first appearance of the year. Redmond no record and no appearances in the first 2 games of the year, as Tyler Fever has played the first 2 contests of the season for Manhattanville, but Redmond getting the start here tonight. Redmond on the career is 6-4 with a 3.39 goals against average and an .869 save percentage. And he'll be going up against sophomore Anthony Puplo. Puplo on the year does not have a win as he's 0-1-1 and a 4.33 goals against average and .897 save percentage. Of course, in his career, in his 2 years with Neumann, certainly much better, 2.29 career goals against average and .935 save percentage and 11-3-3 overall record. So obviously this year's stats a little skewed for Puplo as he's gotten a couple of tough starts to begin the season. And as we mentioned, Manhattanville in their last game was a 5-3 win over Elmira College, I should say. Neumann, meanwhile, have started their year with a 6-1 loss and a 4-1 loss at Brockport, and then a 3-1 win against Chatham before their last contest, a 3-3 tie against Lebanon Valley. So we'll take a quick break here for the playing of the national anthem. We'll be back in just a bit to get started here on GoValiants.com. And we're back here at Playland Ice Casino, getting set for the opening face-off between Manhattanville and Neumann here in this UCHC contest. This is, of course, the first season for the UCHC, coming up with most of the same teams from the ECAC West Conference that Manhattanville spent so many years in, the first 17 years of their program's history, in fact. Of course, the two new teams, Chatham starting in a men's team for the first time this year, as well as King's College starting a men's program for the first time this season as well. Most the same people here today. Got Stevenson, Neumann, Utica, Elmira, Lebanon Valley, and Nazareth as well. Opening face-off won by Manhattanville. Jump to the offensive zone. Arfelt will take it behind the net for Manhattanville. Up the ice with it. Jackson with a shot is saved. Now Valiance with it. Anderson over center ice, gets by one defender. Anderson shot wide. Behind the net, Gall fighting for it. Now to center ice where Waltot will control. Less than 2 minutes gone by here in this first period. Jackson with it. As I said, Jackson named the D3 Hockey Team of the Week as one of the top 2 defensemen in the country this past week with his 2 goals. Believed to be the first defenseman to earn the National Team of the Week honor for Manhattanville in the 6 or so years since D3 Hockey started their website. Now Ferraro, his pass is knocked away, but Lopato's tracking back to knock it down. Lopato back over center ice, into the offensive end. Kevin Lopato going right towards goal, a shot saved by Puplo. Puplo, excuse me, and he will hold on for the stoppage. With 2:29 gone by in the first period, no score here at Playland Ice Casino. We'll try to keep an eye out on some other UCHC contests going on here tonight. Kings and Stevenson, as well as Nazareth and Elmira. And also taking a look at the Manhattanville and Neumann women's game as the Valiants and Knights meet in Aston, Pennsylvania on the women's side here this evening. So we'll try to keep track of all those games. Of course, for live stats for this game and the women's game, you can go to govaliants.com. Adam Ryder on the stat computer for us here this evening. Back to the blue line. Knight with a shot that gets blocked. I believe it may have actually been blocked by Dearson, but either way, I guess we'll say it probably went off a Neumann stick as the faceoff will stay in the offensive zone. Davis will take the draw. And it's won by Manhattanville. Giants can't get in deep as Knight couldn't get past the massive people there on the far side. Now Neumann back the other way, towards the middle. And that shot goes in the back of the net. Barry Needler puts it home. Oh, Neumann on their first shot of the game. It's Barry Needler who puts it home. And just like that, they'll give the goal actually to Drew Babinski, who I guess apparently got a tip on it in front of the net. So Neumann starts out strong here in this contest on their first shot. They find the back of the net. Now Valiant's behind the net. Jared Martin can't get out front, and it's knocked back out to center ice. Now Jackson. Over center, he'll dump it in. And the Knights will break out. Kennedy gets knocked down. Now Anderson the other way. Anderson's shot goes wide. Now Ferraro with it from Manhattanville. Gets by a couple players now over center ice. Ferraro with some space. Ferraro dishes off. There's a shot taken by Anderson, is saved. Now Platt behind the net, trying to get it out in front. It's knocked away in the corner. Now a wraparound attempt in front. Gall's shot is saved. And the net comes loose to stop play. That was a great opportunity there for Stephen Gall. As Brian Platt made a nice little move behind the net. Face off won by Manhattanville. Lopato's shot is saved. Lopato will take this face off, going up against Mitchell. And we'll have a stoppage. One by the Knights, and they'll escape the zone. Now that they'll fight for it. There's going to be a penalty called here on Neumann as a shot by Platt is saved. And we'll have our first penalty of the night. There's 2-minute minor for holding the stick on Neumann. Number 27. The Valiants will go on the power play for the first time tonight, for the 8th time this season. Manhattanville on the year is, well, unfortunately, they're tied for last in Division III. They have not scored a power play goal yet this season. Matt Lipple looks to change that. His shot is saved, and down the ice it goes. The Valiants 0 for 7 on the season. They're tied for 68th in the country. That is last. Neumann, meanwhile, is 49th in the country on the penalty kill. They're 19 of 25. That's 76%. Success rate for you math majors out there. Redmond will leave it behind the net, and Arfelt will take it. Now Berglund leaves it off, dumped into McLean. Martin will chase after it in the corner. 3 Valiant skaters over there on the near side corner. Martin with it, and we're gonna have a slashing penalty coming up here. And it's gonna be on Neumann, number 26, Joe Mitchell. So now it's gonna be a 5-on-3 opportunity for Manhattanville here. So a very good opportunity for the Valiants to get their first power play goal of the year. They'll have 54 seconds of 5-on-3. Face-off is won back to the blue line. Arfelt. Now Lippa. Now Garbenius down low. Gall with it. Garbenius over to Arfelt. Lippa now. Lippa's shot saved. The puck is loose, and no goal. They'll wave off the goal. Goal horn went on a little bit prematurely there, as they'll say that Puplo had control of the puck, and he was, I guess, knocked into by a couple of Valiants. So Valiants, the net came off its moorings is the official ruling there. So Valiants now with 31 seconds left of 5-on-3. Face-off is won by the Valiants, back to Garbenius. Now Arfelt. Arfelt goes in the corner. Lippa will control. Lippa back up top. Feeds Garbenius. Now Lippa's slapper goes wide. Anderson controls back to Garbenius. Now Lippa again with it. 10 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Gall. His shot is gloved by Poplo. Now at the stoppage, 12:05 left, 7 seconds left on the 5-on-3. The Kennedy against Anderson on this draw. It's won by Manhattanville, back to the blue line. One player back out for Neumann. That shot by Gall is saved. Now 55 seconds left on the 5-on-4, so Manhattanville 0 for 8 on the season so far on the power play. Now Valiants look to break out with 38 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Gall tried to get into the offensive zone and was knocked down, or knocked away from him, I should say, by Brusco. And the Valiants back in their own end now with under 30 to go. Garbenius to McLean. McLean getting through some traffic, but ended up getting entangled a little bit with Garbenius, and that allowed Neumann to send the puck down the ice. 15 seconds remaining. Not a very thrilling power play for Manhattanville. They had a minute of 5-on-3 and really didn't do a whole lot with it. Now back to full strength we are. So Valiants waste an early opportunity here, and now we're going to have a penalty for Neumann again. This one's going to be hitting from behind on Universal. And that's going to be a 5-minute major and a game misconduct on Grant Universal. So that's going to change things. So just as soon as Manhattanville loses an opportunity, they now have a huge opportunity here off the 5-minute major. And here I was so excited tonight to say the name Grant Universal, but I say it once and he is done for the evening. And so Manhattanville will go on the power play for the 3rd time tonight, already 0 for 2. But now they'll have a full 5 minutes of man advantage. Now McLean. McLean's shot is saved. And the second attempt goes wide. Now in front, Lipa fans on his shot attempt. Go back to the blue line, Ferraro. Now McLean, back to Ferraro. Shot goes wide. Almost a minute gone by on the 5-minute major to Universal. McLean in the corner, out to Lipa. Lipa will trade places with Ferraro. Neumann looking for some interference there on McLean, no call however. Ferraro all the way behind the net and he'll circle all the way back to the point. Is a delayed penalty coming up here, I think, on Neumann. Wow. Wow, we'll see what the call is here. It's going to be Jake Davidson going to the box. Well, it's be coincidental minors. Martin with a high stick and Davidson with a cross check. So we're going to stay 5-on-4 here instead of going to the rare 4-on-3 power play. Face-off eventually taken by the Valiants. Anderson behind the net with it. Anderson's poke checked away from him by Ennett, and out of the zone it goes. Valiants back offensive end, and offsides will be called on the home team. .9:04 to go in the period. 3:21 left to go on the 5-on-4. Now Arfelt with it up top, Garbenius. Garbenius wrist shot, saved by Puplo. Rebound is loose. Where it is, I don't know. It's stuck under a Neumann player and eventually covered up by Puplo. And we'll have the stoppage. 2:57 left to go on the 5-minute major to Universal. It's been a very busy first period for Anthony Puplo. That face-off won by the Valiants. Now Arfelt shot in the back. Oh no, it went off the crossbar. Wow, I think that puck went in. I think that puck went in. I think that puck went off the back of the net and went in the, Arfelt certainly thought so. And now the referee's going to talk it over. We don't have any replay here at Go Valiant Stock, or Go Valiant Stock on Field at Playland Ice Casino. I'm 95% sure that puck went in. The referees will talk it over in front of us. Hopefully we get that point to center ice. And it's going to be a goal! Oscar Arfeld with the goal for the Valiants. And Manhattanville has tied up the game 1 apiece on Oscar Arfeld's first goal of the season. I think pretty much everyone here thought that puck went off the back of the net and came out. The goal light didn't go on, but I think the referees made the right call. As we're now even at 1 apiece, and Manhattanville still on the power play. Arfeld gets credit for the goal. Manhattanville still on the man advantage. Manhattanville with 2 minutes left to go here on the 5-on-3. Or 5-on-4, excuse me. As Manhattanville finally converts their first power play goal of the season. And the home team still on the power play here. On the stoppage, we're going to have a penalty coming up. This one I think is going to be on Manhattanville. So after a whole bunch of penalties on Neumann to start this game, we're now going to go to 4-on-4. For the next 1 minute and 25 seconds. Now Gall offensive end. Can't get the shot off. Jackson to Waltott, and pass goes through his leg, so he couldn't connect on it. Really nice. Waltott will go after this one. Sends it wide of the net. 35 seconds left on the 4-on-4, excuse me. Lopato's shot gets blocked by Davidson. And Neumann back the other way. And there's a shot taken by Mansbridge, is saved by Redmond. That is just Neumann's second shot of the game. The Knights have been outshot 15-2 here in this first period. And now it's 16-2, and Matt Lippa puts it home. Manhattanville on the 4-on-4, put it home. And the Valiants take a 2-1 lead. No power play goals in the first 2 games of the year, and the Valiants breaking out here in the man advantage, even though this wasn't actually a power play goal. Now Neumann on the power play as Boyd comes out of the box. Out in front, there's a shot that's saved by Redmond. Now 18 seconds now left on the man advantage. Face off, one in the corner by the Valiants. Here's a shot saved by Redmond and sent down the ice. As the final seconds tick off. And we are back to even strength here with 5 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in what has been a very entertaining first period if you're Manhattanville. The Valiants score twice on the man advantage. Excuse me, once on the man advantage, once at 4-on-4. And now we'll have an icing call here on the Knights as Waltot touches up. Allows us to catch a breath here for a second, as it's been a very busy first period to this point here at Playland Ice Casino. Offensive zone draw, Kennedy will take it, going up against Lopato. Face off one back to the blue line. Knight's wrist shot gets blocked into the corner by Madison. And the face-off will stay in the offensive zone. .444 on the clock. Giants with a 2-1 lead. Lopato on the draw. And it's one on the near side where Platt will control. Platt loses it though in the corner. Down the ice it goes. Body will chase after it. Out of the zone. Lopato racing after this one down the near side. Lopato in front looking for Platt. Couldn't quite connect. Platt still with the puck, however. Wheels around, puts a shot on goal. It's sticked away by Puplo. Here's a shot by Waltot. Is also stopped by Puplo. He has been very busy. It's now 18 shots that Manhattanville has fired on the Neumann net in this first period. At one point, the shots, I believe, were 15-1. Of course, in that 15-1 margin, Neumann had a 1-0 lead. But Valiants have struck twice here in the latter half of the period as Davis is kicked out of the circle, and Dyerson will take it instead. In the corner, Neumann will control, and they'll break out of the zone. At least get it over the blue line, as the puck has been primarily in the Manhattanville offensive zone here in this opening frame. Kyle Redmond has not had a lot to do. Of course, the first shot he faced in the game, he gave up for a goal. Here's one from center that Redmond saves. Now Jackson. Jackson offensive zone. It's knocked off his stick, and wow, another penalty coming up here on Neumann. It's going to be a slashing call on Corey Kennedy. This is the exact opposite of what we saw the last game at home for Manhattanville when the Valiants were whistled for a whole bunch of penalties against Morrisville State. But tonight, it is Neumann who is the team that is being whistled for all the infractions. Face off, one back to the blue line. Garbenius controls. Gall will send it down behind the net for Anderson. Anderson now in the far side corner, can't control. And the Neumann player actually did a wonderful job of keeping that puck in the zone for Manhattanville. Now Anderson fires a wrist shot that goes well wide. Now Garbenius. His wrist shot is saved by Puplo. Now Platt will control. Back to the blue line, Arfeld. He has one goal from Manhattanville already tonight. Gall now over to Platt. Flat in the middle. Garbenius. Backdoor for goal. A beautiful goal. Goal from Garbenius and Platt. And that was just beautiful for the Valiants. As the Valiants with another power play goal, their second of the game, and it's now 3-1 Manhattanville. There's a shot saved by Redmond. And more penalties coming up here. My goodness. I think that was a Neumann player who ran over Redmond. It's going to be Ordabadi who's going to go to the box. Be interference on Ordabadi. And Manhattanville will go back on the power play once again. This will be, I believe, the team's 5th power play of this first period. Anderson wins the straw back to the blue line. Garbenius with it. Platt to Garbenius. Now Arfelt. His wrister saved by Puplo. Neumann can't clear the zone. Arfelt keeps it at the blue line. That pass was going over to Garbenius. It ended up going to Gall, and now Neumann with a 2-on-1 back the other way. He'll fight for it in the corner. And the Valiants on the breakout. Corey Anderson gets by the player, goes in the corner. Now behind the net with it, Anderson. Will skate all the way back up top. Anderson, his wrist shot saved by Puplo. 22 shots in the first period just to this point for Manhattanville, and they're still on the power play. So McLean will take this face-off for Manhattanville. Going up against Kennedy, it's won by the Valiants. Martin dishes it off behind the net. Now Berglund and Ferraro. Now Lippa. Berglund, Ferraro, plenty of room. His shot gets blocked by Kennedy as it's kept in the offensive zone. And now flip tie up in the air by the Knights. Final minute of play in the first period. Here's a shot. Ooh, that one went off Lippa's skate. A nice save there by Redmond on the redirection off Kennedy's shot. I said Redmond hasn't been tested too much here in this first period, but that was a very key save. The last thing you want if you're Manhattanville, give up a shorthanded goal in the final minute of the opening period. Now Martin in the corner. Will go behind the net. McLean will chase it down. Now Berglund behind the net. McLean got chopped down. And there's a shot and a score! It's Martin from Berglund and McLean. And it's now 4-1, Manhattanville on top. as the horn sounds to end what was a very adventurous first period for Manhattanville. As Manhattanville outshoots Neumann 23-7 in the first period. And they score 4 straight goals to end the frame after Neumann got on the board first. And as a result, Manhattanville takes a 4-1 lead after 1 period of play here at Playland Ice Casino. So we'll take a few minutes here to catch our breath and go over the stats here at the Ice Casino. We'll be back in just a little bit to go over those stats and get you ready for the second period of play between Manhattanville and Neumann. Once again, the score after 20 minutes, it's the Valiants 4 and the Knights 1. You're watching Manhattanville men's hockey here on GoValiants.com. we're back here at Playland Ice Casino as we get set to start the second period between Manhattanville and Neumann. It was a very eventful first 20 minutes of play as the Valiants scored 4 times after Neumann got the first goal of the game, 3:01 into the contest. As Valiants take a 4-1 lead, into this second period of play. Looking at our first period stats, Manhattanville with a 23-7 edge in shots on goal. Anthony Puplo made 19 saves. Kyle Redmond made 6 saves on 7 shots. Valiants got goals from Oscar Arfelt, Matt Lippa, Stephen Gall, and Jared Martin. In that first period of play. Two goals on the power play, 2 goals short or even strength for Manhattanville on the night. As we begin this second period, puck dumped into the offensive end. Garbenius gets into the boards. And the Valiants will flip it out to center ice where it hits off one of the light poles. And we'll have a stoppage, an offensive zone draw coming up for Neumann here with 19:21 left in the middle frame. Another Manhattanville action tonight. The women's hockey team is scoreless at Neumann in the second period in Aston, Pennsylvania. Of course, we'll keep an eye on that game as well over the course of the evening. Now in front, that shot's saved by Redmond off the stick of Kennedy. Neumann has as many shots as they had in the first, I'd say, 10 minutes, 11 minutes of this game here tonight. As this faceoff will be Kennedy going up against Anderson. And that puck will go out of bounds. Out of play, I should say. Still in soccer mode, saying out of bounds. It'll be Davidson and Anderson again on the draw. That face-off won by the Knights. And a shot taken, saved by Redmond. And we'll have another stoppage early on in the second period of play. We're going about 5 seconds at a time here between stoppages. Third time's a charm, Kennedy and Anderson. Anderson wins this one. And the Valiants cleared out to center. Martin in the offensive end, he'll chase after it. Behind the net to Gall. Gall, Jackson at the blue line, across the ice, Waltot. His shot patted away by Puplo. Now Anderson behind the net. That's open space, will go to Jackson. Jackson at the blue line. His wrister goes off the body of Swain. And a shot by Gall is saved. Now puck was loose to the side of the net there for a second. No Valiant could get to it. And Neumann can't clear the zone. And now they do, as Gall couldn't handle it at the blue line. Board, cross ice pass. Here's a shot that's saved by Redmond, and now we're going to have a penalty called on Manhattanville. It's going to be an interference call going to Kevin Lopato. So 18 minutes even. Lopato will go off, 2 minutes for interference. And Neumann will get their second power play chance of the game. Shot stays out of the net. Neumann keeps it in the offensive end. Find that or to body with it. Back up top. There's a slapper that's steered wide. And the Valiants able to clear the puck out of the zone. And down the ice. 30 seconds gone by on the man disadvantage. And Neumann will control once again. Or to body, cross ice pass. That one goes high and wide of Redmond's net. Neumann will control. Now Mansbridge with it, back up top. Shot through a screen is blocked by Ferraro, as Needler couldn't get that one through. .49 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Board will wrap it hard around the boards, near side. Back to the blue line, Kennedy. Kennedy with it. Kennedy skates in, has player going back door. Back out front, the pass comes back to Kennedy. He gets by one defender and sends one wide. Under 30 seconds left. There's a shot in the back of the net. Liam Bohr with the goal off the assist from Davidson. And on the power play, Neumann gets their second of the game. And it's a 4-2 score. So after a couple power play goals for Manhattanville, it's I guess only right that Neumann's able to convert on the man advantage. So the goal was Board from Davidson and Mansbridge to get the Knights back within 2. So Neumann scored first in the first period. Manhattanville rattled off 4 in a row after that. Neumann scores first here in the second frame. We'll see how the Valiants can respond this time. Well, I'm guessing they probably will not get 25 minutes worth of penalties called against the Knights in this period. There's a shot by Lippo, was saved by Puplo. That puck, I think, more hit him. Jackson gets chopped down, no call, amazingly. McLean offensive zone. And interference call, that could be a makeup call there for Neumann, as Paul Butler is going to go off. 2 minutes for interference. So Butler, 2 minutes for interference. And the Valiants will go back on the man advantage once again. This is just a game filled with penalties here at Playland Ice Casino, much like it was in the first game of the year against Morrisville State. But I said in that one, Manhattanville was the team that was taking all the penalties. In this one, it's been Neumann that has been whistled for most of the infractions. Garbenius slapper goes wide. And a second attempt by Arfelt is blocked, but the Valiants can keep it in the zone. And as soon as I say that, it's cleared out to center ice by Brusco. Garbenius gets knocked off the puck in neutral ice. And Neumann's able to shovel it all the way down as Kennedy does the honors. Redmond will leave it for Arfelt with 30 seconds gone by on the man advantage. Garbenius, cross ice pass to Platt. Platt will shovel it into the offensive zone. Pulpo comes out of his net, can't do anything with it though. Comes loose to Arfelt, and the Valiants will set things up. Garbenius, now to Platt. In the middle, Arfelt back to Garbenius. His shot goes through a couple of players. Gall fighting for it on the far side, Dasher. And the Valiants can't keep it in, as Kennedy again will send it down the ice, and Neumann will skate off for a fresh quartet of penalty killers with 52 seconds left on the man advantage. Arfelt to Gall. Now back to Arfelt. Martin will touch it as the puck goes in the offensive end. Berglund will race after it in the near side corner. No one can get there for Manhattanville. All the puck stays in the offensive end. Ferraro working on the boards. Sends it towards the middle, goes off a couple bodies, and Neumann will take it back the other way. Mitchell in the offensive end. He'll peel off at the blue line and send it back to center ice smartly, as the Knights will take some more time off the clock. It ends up going all the way back behind their own net. Now it's flipped back to center and a delayed offside, so Valiants can't touch it. And that will pretty much do it for the power play. As Neumann now comes back the other way. There's a shot that goes wide by board. Back to full strength. Valiant's back the other way. And McLean with a shot that's saved by Puplo. .29 remaining in this second period. 4-2 our score. Valiant's on top of the Knights in this UCHC matchup. Face-off is won. In the middle, not the best of passes there by Waltod. Is intercepted by Board, and he's able to send the puck down the ice. Now Waltod off the far dasher and out to center. Back in the offensive end, Jackson will chase after it from Manhattanville. He'll put on the brakes and try the near side. Eventually he'll get it back. Waltod will control. And we'll have a stoppage and another penalty coming up here. This is going to be a tripping call. And it's going to go against the Valiants. So the Valiants will go on the penalty kill once again. It's Kevin Lopato who gets whistled for it. And the shot saved by Redmond. Neumann will dump it in. Manhattanville get out of their own zone here. And they'll be able to do just that. Let's send length of the ice. Platt will race after it. Looking to apply a little pressure on Davidson. Platt takes Davidson down. No call. And Neumann will eventually control once again. .42 seconds left on the man advantage. Walcott will collect the puck for the Valiants. He'll go forward to Berglund. He'll just tap into the offensive zone. And now 30 seconds left on the minor to Lopato. Neumann, Boyd sends it in the offensive zone. He'll chase after it, as will Ortabadi. And Jackson comes away with it for Manhattanville with plenty of space in front of him. Jackson gets by a defender. He has Berglund in front, but couldn't get to the puck. Tried to shovel it out in front. It was canceled away. Lopato back out of the box, and we're back to even strength. Here's we approach the midway point of this second period. Dearson can't keep it in neutral ice as the puck hops out of play. With 10:25 to go in the middle stanza, 4-2 our score here at Playland Ice Casino. Manhattanville came into the game ranked 25th in the country in scoring, but averaging 3.5 goals per game. They're obviously over that already. Neumann, meanwhile, was 54th in the country. They were averaging an even 2 goals per contest through their first 4 games of the year. Obviously, they will need to go well over that average if they want to come back here in this contest. Obviously, over the last couple of years, 4 goals has kind of been that magic number for Manhattanville. When they've scored 4 goals, it's pretty much guaranteed the Valiants win. And looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Manhattanville here with 10:14 to go in this second period of play. Taking a look at our stats so far, Manhattanville has doubled up Neumann 27-13 in shots on goal to this point. Of course, in the second period, it's been 4 for Neumann and 4 for Manhattanville. Looking at Manhattanville women's hockey, the Valiants down 1-0 to Neumann midway through the second period. Even the Valiants have outshot Neumann almost 2-1. Looks like the Knights have gotten on the board first in that contest. And stop me if you've heard this before, another penalty coming up. It's going to be a holding call, I believe, this time. It's going to be another power play for the Valiants, as Corey Kennedy will go to the box for holding. I can't even keep track of the amount of power plays Manhattanville's had in this game already, as they have had a bunch. They've scored twice on the man advantage, and of course looking to regain their lead. But now here's a shorthanded chance for the Knights, and in the back of the net, Joe Mitchell, a shorthanded goal. Well, that's a backbreaker for Manhattanville, as the Valiants have the man advantage, but Neumann is able to score shorthanded. An unassisted shorty for Joe Mitchell. And now it's a 1-goal game here in Rhine. Manhattanville, at this point, almost needs a power play goal here to get momentum back their way. Shot was saved by Puplo. Down the ice it goes. Now McLean offensive zone. McLean shot saved. A quick wraparound attempt. The net comes loose to stop play. Have a whistle with 9:08 to go. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Let's have Martin, McLean, Ferraro, Berglund, and Lippa out there on the man advantage for the Valiants. This Neumann guy trying to get himself kicked out of the circle, and obviously eventually it does. That was Ordabani. Ordabani's 6'4", going up against McLean at 5'8". There was a bit of a height disparity there between the two. Eventually Neumann takes the face-off, and they will send it down the ice with a Neumann minute left to go on the man advantage. Valiants certainly would be very nice to get a goal here to get momentum back their way, as Neumann has scored the last 2. Now Martin behind the net for Berglund. Berglund to Ferraro. Ferraro's shot is tipped in front. It's saved by Puplo. Martin had his stick checked out of his hands. Eventually gets it back to Ferraro. It's a tip in front by Lipa. Nice job by Puplo to make the save there. And Neumann back the other way again. A shorthanded chance for Mitchell. Mitchell's shot goes wide. It's blocked by Ferraro. And that one will go out of play. Well, back and forth action we have here at Playland Ice Casino. As it has been nothing if not exciting here this evening at Playland. Under 20 seconds left to go on Manhattanville's power play. The Valiants win the faceoff. Now in the middle, Bomarito, and in the back of the net! Taylor Bomarito with the first goal of his collegiate career on the power play, and the Valiants have themselves a 5-3 lead. So the first collegiate goal for Taylor Bomarito, and that one went off the body of Puplo and trickled in on the near side. So the scoring continues here at Playland Ice Casino. There's a shot that's saved. That was Bomarito who and now we're going to have Bomarito celebrating his first collegiate goal in the penalty box as he'll be whistled for a hook. Now Neumann will go back on the power play. Giants win the draw and send it down the ice. Now back up top. Kennedy with it. That shot goes wide off the stick of Davidson. Neumann still with control. In middle, shot cannot be taken. Davidson, it was Mitchell goes over to Davidson. Now Davidson again with it. Going to the back door looking for a board, and his shot goes wide. And all the way down the ice it will go. Jeff Beck applying some forecheck pressure for Manhattanville. As Valiant's down a man. That one sent back in the offensive end by Knight. Beck and Platt again. Valiant's very aggressive here on this forecheck while shorthanded. Now Boyd with some speed coming in the offensive zone. Drops it off in front. No one ever gets a shot off. .20 seconds left to go. Now Annette with it. We'll go behind the net, takes a little check from Berglund. As the final seconds will tick off the man advantage here. Nearly a giveaway to Berglund as Annette almost made a very bad mistake, but luckily for the Knights, they were able to control it. 5:35 to go, back to full strength here in this middle frame. Valiant's up by a pair. But something tells me there's going to be more goals scored over the course of the evening here tonight. Jackson throws one through the crease wide. Walcott stepping up. It's kept in the point by Lopato. Now Gall can't control, and it's poked out to center ice where Walcott will control. Jackson to Gall. Now Gall with space offensive zone. Stephen Gall with it. Backhands it out front, looking for Lipa. Could not connect. And it's sent to let the ice by the Knights. And Jackson will get there first to cause the icing. 5:02 left to go in the second period. Out-of-town scoreboard, Manhattanville down 1-0 to Neumann after 20 minutes of play. The Giants have outshot Neumann 28-16 in that contest, but find themselves down by a goal. Stevenson's up 2-0 in Kings in men's hockey. And Nazareth's up 3-1 in Elmira in the second period in Rochester. So, bunch of games of interest going on here this evening as we get into the heart of our UCHC schedule. Manhattanville will also start MAC play tomorrow night as they take on Stevenson. Now Swain with it. It's knocked off his stick. And Garbenius will control behind the net. Arfelt goes behind him. Berglund is there. Now it's center controlled by Bobinski, and he'll dump it in the offensive end. Garbenius can't try the far side, so I'll get it back after Arfelt. Goes off the boards. Giants having trouble here getting out of their own defensive end. And eventually it's flipped over the boards by Garbenius. And we'll have a stoppage with 3:56 remaining. And it'll be offensive zone draw coming up for the Knights. It'll be Florzak against Davis on this draw. Manhattanville with a 30-15 edge, now 31-15 in face-offs. That shot by Dearson. It's going wide, I believe, by Dearson anyways, and Puplo gloves it and holds on. Davis and Florzak again on the draw. This one won by the Knights. Boyd over center ice. Chin throws one on goal. It's saved by Redmond. We'll dump in the offensive end. Chin with it in the corner, going up against Knight. Chin now against Ferraro in the corner. He'll drop it off behind the net. Dearson will survey his options, goes back to Knight in the corner. Knight evades one check, somehow still has the puck, and he'll give it off to the far side where Ferraro will control. Giants, headman pass forward looking for Dearson. He is open. Couldn't quite get a full stick on it, but out in front, there's a shot by Davis, is saved by Puplo. Back to the blue line, Jackson with a shot that's saved. Off the pad. The shots keep coming from Manhattanville, 33-15 now. Giants lead in that category. Anderson nearly picks the pocket of Moritz. And the teams will fight for it behind the net. It's kept in at the blue line by Martin. Anderson near side corner. Try to cycle it down low. The pass is intercepted. And it's sent back out to center. Waltop will race after it. Waltop chips it in the offensive end. Did not gain the red line, though. And so it will be an icing call on the Valiants with 2:15 remaining in the second period of play. Valiants with a 2-goal lead at 5-3. Out of the zone it goes. Gall will race after from Manhattanville. He's checked down. Giants looking for an interference call. None coming, though. Arfelt will dump it back in the offensive zone. Now Swain with it. In the middle for Kennedy. Redmond, I think, is going to call for a penalty here. It's going to be a penalty on Kyle Redmond. It's going to be 2 minutes for tripping. We'll see who serves the penalty. As one of the players on the ice will have to serve it for the Valiants. And it's going to be Lopato's going to go in the box. And now we have another penalty coming up, an interference call. This is going to go on Manhattanville. It's going to be Garbenius who's going to go in the box. 2 minutes for interference. And now a 5-on-3 for Neumann for nearly the full 2 minutes. So now things not looking good for the Valiants here in the latter stages of the second period. Face-off is won by Neumann. And they'll have plenty of time here to set up in the offensive zone. That shot is saved by Redmond. A great blocker stop on Joe Mitchell's attempt. Only 10 seconds went off the clock there. Face-off still in the offensive zone for the Knights. Beck loses that one against Swain, and Neumann will control. Pass to the back door, it's knocked away. Knight chases it in the corner from Manhattanville. Shovels it back to the blue line, but Board is there. Davidson, back to Board. Davidson leaves it off for Board. Now to Mitchell. Mitchell to Board. Davidson down low. Back to Mitchell. His shot saved by Redmond. That one was redirected. And it's knocked away in the corner. Great reaction stop there by Kyle Redmond as Neumann keeps the puck in the offensive zone though. Kennedy with it. Tried the backdoor pass. It's knocked away, and a great job of keeping the puck in by Davidson at the blue line. We'll see if the Knights can capitalize on that excellent opportunity. Pass towards the back door for Board. Neumann still with it. Now Davidson. And a beautiful save by Redmond. The rebound goes in the net. As it was Swain with the first shot that was saved, and he gets the rebound and puts it home. Assist to Jake Davidson. And it's back to a one-goal game at 5-4. Now the referees are talking here. I guess they haven't put the goal up on the board yet. That was clearly a goal. Now 5-4 is the score, and the Knights will still be on the power play for a couple more seconds here. There's 39 seconds left on the man advantage here. As they will talk to, I guess, head coach Arlen Marshall is going to get an explanation, as I believe again the goal light didn't go on. But the puck went in, and we're back to play here as the final seconds will tick down on this second period of play, and a very eventful second period of play it was. As Neumann scores 3 times, Manhattanville scores once. And as a result, we go into the third period with the Valiants holding a 5-4 lead. So a very eventful second period, just like a very eventful first period. And after Manhattanville with a 4-1 lead after one period, I thought this might be a runaway, but Neumann certainly came back, due in large part to penalties on the Valiants in that middle frame. And as a result, the Knights down by just one here as Valiants lead 5-4 after 40 minutes of play. So we'll take a break here on GoValiants.com. We'll be back in just a bit to get you ready for the third period of play between the Valiants and the Knights. Once again, the score after 40 minutes, Manhattanville 5, Neumann 4. You're watching Manhattanville Men's Hockey on GoValiants.com. And we're back here at the Playland Ice Casino. Neumann will start the third period on the power play with a brief man advantage, not the 2 minutes you see right there. It's going to be about 14 seconds, I believe, is going to be the time left on Timmy Garbanesi's minor. Take a look at our second period stats. Neumann outshot Manhattanville 11-10 in that period. Valiant still with a 33-18 power play or shot edge over the course of the evening. And we're back here to start this third period. Face-off is won by the Knights. 20 minutes left to go here, hopefully at Playland Ice Casino. A shot by Waltott goes wide. And that will do it for the man advantage. So back to even strength. Vihar, which has been a rare thing over the course of this game here tonight. Dumped into the offensive end by Jackson. And now to neutral ice will come the Knights. Losing an edge, however, was Brusco. Still gets a shot on goal. It's saved by Redmond. And the Knights will come the other way. Gall with it. He'll dump it in. He'll chase after it. Neumann will control behind the net. Knight there faked the body check and ends up coming away with the puck for a second as Valiants get the puck back out to neutral ice. Davidson offensive end, Manhattanville will control. Lippo with it. He has one of the 5 Valiant goals. There are 5 Valiant goal scorers here tonight. And now Neumann back the other way. 2-on-2. Shot saved eventually on the goal of Redmond off the stick of Bobinski. Down to Oscar Arfelt, Matt Lippa, Stephen Gall, Jared Martin, and Taylor Bomarito have scored the Valiant goals here tonight. For Neumann, it's been Bobinski, Liam Board, Joe Mitchell, and Ryan Swain. As it's been an offensive explosion and a penalty explosion here tonight at Playland. The teams have combined for 9 goals and 16 penalties. Valiants, I believe, have 3 power play goals here tonight. Neumann has 2. Neumann also with a shorthanded goal. So it's been a special teams battle here this evening. Now Lopato the other way. 2-on-1 with Bomarito. And that shot goes off the crossbar. Bomarito with a beautiful tip. And then Bomarito gets a second shot attempt that's saved by Puplo. Oh, that would have been gorgeous. A beautiful tip by Taylor Bomarito, but the shot went off the crossbar. And we remain a 1-goal game here with 17:30 left to go in the third period. Bomarito still the only Valiant with a point in every game this season. Now Neumann back the other way. Shot blocker saved by Redmond. Chin comes away with it. Chin still with it on his stick. Now it goes in the corner. He'll lay a lick on Kevin Lopato. Jackson trying to control it in the corner, goes off the boards looking for himself. It's kept in by Neumann. Florzak with it in the middle, but it's steered away by Garbenius. Manhattanville will go off for the line change as they avoid the icing. Shipped into the offensive end. Walcott now at center. He'll flip it in, absorbs the hit. But Neumann gets the puck back to center. Corey Kennedy, he'll dump it in. Jeff Beck will chase it down for the Valiants. He'll go to the near side, Walcott. Walcott cross ice pass. It's tapped into the offensive end by Dearson. Beck going after it. Players up here looking for a little interference called against the Neumann player, but none coming. And back down the ice will go. Joel Knight will chase after this one. He'll race all the way around his net. Collision there between Davis and Kennedy at center ice. Play on. Now Knight, his wrist shot goes wide. Now Berglund, his backhander goes wide of the net. Now Lippa with a shot that's saved. Now it's keeping the puck in the offensive zone here. That one goes to the side of the net, is brushed away. Now Berglund with a shot that's saved. And it's going to be a hooking call coming up here. And I believe it's going to go against the Knights. It's going to be number 6, J.C. Moritz. 2 minutes for hooking. And the Valiants will go on the power play once again. With 15-12 to go in this third period. Berglund, Martin, Lippa, McLean, and Ferraro out there for the Valiants. 4 forwards and a defenseman. It's going to be Mitchell to take this draw against McLean. And it's won by the Valiants. Now Martin in the corner. McLean, his shot is blocked. It's kept in the zone though. Martin with it. Now to Lippa. Looking for a cross-ice pass. That was a little bit ill-advised there by the Valiant junior. And it's sent down the ice by Mitchell. With 30 seconds gone by on the man advantage. Still a 1-goal game here in Rye, New York. Now Lippa. His shot gets blocked, and it's loose in front. Jared Martin had a wide-open net, but it was blocked at the very last second by a Neumann stick. Now Berglund tries to shovel it out in front of the net, and we'll have a whistle as the net comes loose. 1:14 left to go on the man advantage. Manhattanville will change up. Neumann not allowed to do so. Valiants still down a goal, 2-1 at Neumann with about 5 minutes left to go in the third period there. So the Valiants looking for a comeback late, looking to keep their lead here in this one. Arfelt's wrister is saved by Puplo. .20 to go, 1:08 remaining on the man advantage. Anderson will take the draw against Swain. And it's won by the Knights. Can't clear the zone though, as it's kept in by Gall. 1 minute left to go on the power play. Stephen Gall, near side, in the middle for Arfelt. Now over to Platt. Pass a little bit in front of him, but he'll regain possession. Arfelt to Gall. Gall's wrister goes high and wide, and that one's going to go all the way out of the zone as Arfelt couldn't track it down at the point. Now it's sent down the ice, and Redmond will cover up. Offensive zone draw by Joe Mitchell against Ken McLean. It's won by Mitchell on the offensive end. 23 seconds left on the power play. Lippa making a rush up the ice. Lippa, it's knocked off his stick momentarily by Mitchell. Giants dump it in, but Manhattanville can't do anything with it. 10 seconds left to go. Ferraro goes up to Lippa. Lippa's pass is blocked. Now McLean, one last rush into the offensive end. He'll pull back, and that will do it for the man advantage. So back to full strength. The Giants can't cash in on that power play opportunity. That shot goes wide of the net. Now Berglund back the other way. Back and forth we go. Berglund shot save. The second attempt goes wide. Another penalty is going to be coming up here on Neumann, as the Knights will touch up. And it's going to be a slashing call on Neumann. So Manhattan will go right back on the power play. It's going to be Glenn Florzak who is shaking his head as he goes to the sin bin. 2 minutes for tripping, so just as the Valiants get off the power play, they go back on the power play once again. As this game has been just a penalty fest here at Playland Ice Casino. Manhattanville's got to convert here. They've already scored 3 times in the power play, but Neumann wins that face-off and sends it down the ice. Gall offensive zone. Called all the way around the net. Out of Garbenius. Over to Arfelt. Arfelt's shot is tipped. I believe that was Anderson who actually tipped it for Manhattanville over the net. Arfelt does well to keep this puck in the zone. Platt now in the corner. Off to Anderson. Now Platt. And Anderson go back and forth. Platt to the point, goes down low, Anderson. Anderson trying to get one to Gall through a bunch of sticks. That didn't work out. And it's sent down the ice by the Knights. But now we'll have a whistle. I think we have too many men in the ice. Will be a call against Manhattanville here, I believe. Referee and linesman are going to talk it over. I'm pretty sure it's going to be too many men on the ice call against the Valiants here. No. I guess they'll just call it inadvertent whistle, I guess. No, actually, Valiants only have 4 on the ice. Now they have 5 on the ice. That was strange. McLean wins that face-off. And the Valiants will regroup, and now a puck is taken away, and there's a shot by Swain that goes wide. There's a shot saved off the stick of Mitchell. Mitchell already has 1 shorthanded goal. Swain almost had one there as well. Valiants got to be careful here while up a man. Do not want to give up the game-tying goal while up a player. Berglund fires one on goal. A juicy rebound in front. No one there from Manhattanville to get it. Valiants will keep it in for a second, but now it's shoveled back out to center ice. Lippa now. Lippa falls down, and now Neumann with a chance. That shot saved by Redmond, as Board had an opportunity. But now it's going to be a penalty called on the Valiants. With 10:49 to go, it's going to be on Matt Lippa, 2 minutes for interference. So we're going to play 4-on-4 for 5 seconds. And then in 5 seconds, Florzak will come out of the box and Neumann will go on the man advantage. Face off won by the Valiants. And now Neumann goes on the power play. .30 left to go in this third period. Said earlier, I'm pretty sure this game is not going to end 5-4. Now here's a breakaway chance for the Knights. And that one is over the net and wide. Corey Kennedy could not put it. Well, I guess it was saved actually by Redmond because the faceoff will stay in the offensive zone. So it's a save for Redmond there. As he keeps it a 5-4 game. With 10:18 to go, Manhattanville with another defensive breakdown there as Kennedy hung along the blue line and went in for the breakaway opportunity but could not put it home. Now Manhattanville, Jared Martin sends one high and wide and that one sails out of play. Martin had the shorthanded goal against Elmira last weekend. That ended up being the game winner in the team's 5-3 victory. He has the only shorthanded goal on the season so far for Manhattanville. I still think certainly special teams, I think, are still going to play a big role in this game tonight. There's still a lot of time left to go and still a lot more time for these two teams to commit some more penalties. And the Valiants, they started off really strong on the power play. They scored twice in the first period, but have gone cold on the man advantage since then as the offside whistled there against Board. Neumann has come along on the power play as well. They scored twice the man advantage in the second period. And once so far here in the third. Under 10 minutes to go here at Playland Ice Casino. Valiants nursing a 1-goal lead. Now Kennedy. That shot gets blocked by Jackson. That was Davidson who took it. Valiants can't clear the zone. It's kept in by Davidson. Now Kennedy with plenty of room goes right by Waltott. His shot saved by Redmond. Puck still kept in the offensive end by Mitchell. 20 seconds left to go on the power play. Redmond does well to put a body on the Neumann player without being called for hitting from behind. 10 seconds left to go now. Anderson can't control it. Walking in along the blue line, and that shot was tipped wide by Anderson. And out of play it goes. 3 seconds left to go on the power play. And it looks like barring a shot off the faceoff, Neumann is going to fall short on this power play opportunity. He almost tried that. The puck trickled towards the goal mouth, but away it goes. Valiants back at full strength here with 8:38 to go in the third period. Update from Aston, Pennsylvania. Neumann defeats Manhattanville 3-1 in women's hockey. Now Lippa, offensive zone to Berglund. His shot goes just wide. The Giants will control behind their net. Neumann again with it behind the net, trying to get out in front. Puck is loose there, and Redmond will scamper on top of that one. So the Valiants fall 3-1 to Neumann. As Ashley Lougheed got the lone, or excuse me, Maeve O'Brien got the lone goal of the game from the Valiants from Ashley Lougheed and Amanda Sabia. Another UCHC action. Stevenson with a 3-1 lead over Kings with about 1 minute and 20 seconds left in that one. Nazareth a 4-1 lead over Elmira. It's a bit of a surprising result to this point in the contest in the third period in Pine Valley. Here we have 7:16 to go in the third frame. Valiants at this point somewhat clinging to a 5-4 lead. And another penalty coming up. It's going to be a holding call on Kevin Lopato. So another penalty against the Valiants, another power play coming up for Neumann. As the Valiants, I feel in some ways, are just trying to give this game away here. 7:01 to go. Face-off is won by the Valiants. A big face-off win in the defensive zone for Manhattanville, but Arfel can't clear the zone. Now Garbenius does. Anderson will race after this one, as him and Annette go up for the puck. Anderson, if nothing else, takes a couple seconds off the clock by fighting for it behind the goal line. Now Ordabadi will dump it in and chase after it himself. Ordabadi still with it. Puck behind the net, Garbenius will control. Find some free space for himself, and Saucers won the length of the ice. With 70 seconds left to go on the man advantage. 6:09 remaining in this third period. Still a long ways to go here at the Playland Ice Casino. That shot is saved by Redmond, as that was Board who took it. And the Valiants again get the puck out of the zone. Now bad pass, and Knight whiffs on a clearing attempt. Let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt the Valiants here, as Neumann will control in the offensive zone. Now wide open, and there's a save by Redmond off a bullet from Joe Mitchell. Still in the zone, back to Mitchell again. Puck hops off his stick. The Valiants trying desperately to clear the zone, and they do get it out to center. The Valiants can't change any penalty killers, though. And there's a clearing attempt that goes off the foot of Mitchell, stays in the zone. Now Mitchell sends one through the crease wide. Final seconds ticking off. And we're back to full strength here with 5 minutes to go at Playland Ice Casino. So now it's the Valiants that catch a break. Now McLean going in on goal. Gets a shot off, I believe. It's saved by Puplo. Kenny, I think, was trying to lobby for a penalty shot, but nothing coming from our referees. So we'll have an offensive zone draw for Manhattanville. 4:51 to go in the third period. 5-4 our score at Playland Ice Casino. Manhattanville looking to remain undefeated on the season. Neumann looking to remain undefeated in UCHC play. It'll be McLean to take this draw going up against Mansbridge. Face-off is won. Now out to Neumann. Madison. His shot blocked away by Redmond. Now pass forward looking for Gall. He's going to come away with it. It's knocked off his stick by Ennett and out of play into the Neumann bench. 4:30 remaining here in regulation. The song says we can do this all night, and I feel like if that's the case, then Be a whole lot of tired bodies the way this is going right now, because it has been a back and forth affair. A pretty wild contest here, even though this third period has not seen any goals. There's a shot off the draw by Anderson is saved. No, Anderson won the faceoff to himself and then took a shot that was saved by Puplo. And there's a shot that's saved by Redmond. As we go back and forth here, now under 4 minutes to go in the third period. Of course, we'll keep an eye on Puplo. We're probably still a few minutes away before Neumann will attempt to pull the netminder. And there's a shot from a tough angle. It's saved by Redmond once again. That was Mitchell that took that one from near the goal line. Mitchell has been all over the place. He's been a pest all night long for these Knights. Now Joel Knight with it. He'll cross over center ice. He'll dump it in and chase after it himself. Here's a shot. It's loose there in the slot for a second. Giants couldn't do anything with it. Now Neumann back the other way. Kennedy passing in front, looking for a streaking Jake Davidson. They could not connect. And the Valiants back the other way. McLean offensive zone, going 1 against 3. That, generally speaking, doesn't work, and that one didn't there. Now Neumann. Waltott just stands up Brian Swain at the blue line. Under 3 to go here in Rye. Lippa, offensive end. Goes to Davis. And the pass is knocked out to center ice. Jackson will control. Giants at this point just like to keep the puck in the offensive zone as much as they can here and keep Puplo in his net. As he takes a peek over at the Neumann bench area. Nothing yet for the Knights. Davis shovels it into the offensive zone. Jeff Beck will go after it. Beck circles all the way behind the net. Goes back to Arfelt. He scored the first goal of the game for Manhattanville. It seems like a long time ago. Now approaching 2 minutes. Mansbridge dumps that one into the Valiant bench area. They'll have a stoppage with 2:02 to go. Faceoff will come out to center ice. Puplo again will stay in his net for the time being, but we'll keep an eye on him. We'll see if Neumann uses their timeout at some point here. Not here. Bobinski will take the face-off at center ice with Martin. Face-off won by the Valiants. Berglund absorbs a hit by Brusco and gets the puck into the defensive or offensive end. Pass up the ice. Neumann at center. Shot goes high and wide of the net. Puplo still in his net for the Knights. 1:30 left to go. Shot goes wide. And as Puplo was skating to the bench, a whistle stops play. So Puplo is going to come back to in his net as the faceoff comes at center ice. So they'll wait before the Knights would gain possession before he would skate back to the bench. So he never actually got off the ice. Faceoff at center. McLean against Kennedy. Faceoff is won by Neumann. We'll have to go back in their own defensive end to get it. Pass at center, Waltott. Jackson with it. Knights right now is get the puck in the offensive zone and keep Puplo in his net. As we approach 1 minute to go here in this third period. Puplo not out of his net yet as Neumann can't control. So Jackson goes up the ice. Now nearly Puplo is out of his net with 46 seconds left to go. And now Lippa with it. Lippa to McLean, wide open, can't get the shot, but gets taken down. And it's going to be a tripping or a slashing penalty on Neumann. And that will likely do it here at Playland, as Connor Ennett will go to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. So Puplo will go back into his net with 33 seconds left to go, and we'll have a timeout by Neumann. With 33.1 seconds on the clock, so you would think that things would be wrapped up here for the Valiants on the power play, but they've already conceded one man-down goal here tonight. So certainly can't assume anything at this point. Although the Valiants certainly look to be in good shape here as they try to wrap up their third game of the season here. Now to have Berglund, Anderson, Martin, Arfelt, and Garbenius on the ice for this offensive zone draw. Anderson will take the faceoff for the Valiants. It's one back to Garbenius. Valiants, I think, probably don't even want to shoot here right now. Berglund will skate around, and Anderson in the corner. Valiants just keep the puck away from the point, I think. Just keep it below the goal line and just let this run out. As the final 10 seconds will tick down here in Rye, New York. Neumann gains possession, can't do anything with it though. And that will do it as the Valiants made it a little more interesting perhaps than it should have been. But the home team comes away with the 5-4 victory here over Neumann. 45-31. So Manhattanville improves to 2-0-1 on the season. Neumann, meanwhile, falls to 1-3-1 overall. And after the first two periods, with all the goals that were scored, amazingly, there were no goals scored in the third period, as the Valiants keep their one-goal advantage and finish with a 5-4 win. As Manhattanville finished with a 45 shots on goal, and Neumann with 31 on the night. As a penalty-filled game for both teams, a goal-filled game for both teams, but eventually Kyle Redmond stood tall when it mattered most in the third period, as he picks up his first win of the season by making 27 shots, or 27 saves, I should say. Puplo was busy all night long for the Knights. He made 40 saves in a losing effort, as Manhattanville, as you said, improves to 2-0-1 overall, 2-0 in UCHC play. Neumann, meanwhile, 1-3-1 overall, and they suffer their first UCHC loss of the year. They are 1-1-1 in conference play. So that will do it for us here from Playland Ice Casino. We ask you to come back here tomorrow night, as Manhattanville will be back in action in UCHC play, as well as starting Middle Atlantic Conference play. The Valiants take on Stevenson in a conference matchup here at the Ice Casino beginning at 7 p.m. And we hope you will join us for that game tomorrow night, as Manhattanville looks to stay unbeaten on the season. So that will do it. The final score here from Playland Ice Casino, once again, is Manhattanville 5 and Neumann 4. We thank you for watching tonight's broadcast on GoValiants.com. We'll see you tomorrow night.